What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel, and it's your girl Sista Gurl on Films, and I am coming back with another film review. So today I'll be talking about Captain Marvel, the highly anticipated and long-awaited introduction of Captain Marvel. But we have Brie Larson starring as Carol Danvers, aka Captain Marvel, and Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury. So if you're interested to hear what I thought about Captain Marvel and if I think you should spend your money to go see this movie, then hold tight and we are going to talk about this movie. Enough of all that. Let's get right to this review. Let's go. Fingers down my side. Girl, you look mighty fine. Won't you rub your fingers down my side? Girl, you look mighty fine. So before I went to this movie, like a lot of people, like a lot of you that are watching this video, I like to see reviews before, I check out movies for the most part. Sometimes I don't because I want to go in with a fresh perspective. But I heard so much about Captain Marvel that I was like, okay, let me just watch a couple of spoiler-free reviews to see what people are saying. And a lot of people just were not really impressed with this movie. A lot of people gave it average or below average reviews. If they did great ratings, I saw a lot of C ratings, things like that. So when I went to go see this movie, I went with probably lower expectations than I initially would have had I not seen those reviews. So I personally did not agree with a majority of those reviews that I saw because I enjoyed Captain Marvel. I thought it was a fun movie. I definitely had a good time watching it. There were a couple of moments when it got a little bit slow with the pace, but it wasn't unbearable. It wasn't like in some movies where I ended up falling asleep. I stayed awake through this one. I thought Brie Larson did a good job as Captain Marvel or Carol Danvers. A lot of people didn't like her as Captain Marvel. I don't really know much about the character of Captain Marvel in terms of the comic books. So I don't know what her demeanor was, what her disposition was. Was she more of a hard ass? Was she kind of lighthearted and fun? I'm not 100% sure. What Brie Larson delivered for me in her performance, I was okay with it. I felt like she gave us a Captain Marvel that was fun. She was, searching to know who she was as a person, but it didn't get too heavy at times. I felt like she had pretty good comedic timing, although some of her jokes kind of fell flat. But to me, watching Brie Larson as this character, it was like watching like an everyday woman that, came across and has these powers, and she learned how to use them, and she's still kind of learning how to use them. And that's just what it is, So I feel like she did a really good job. Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury, I loved him in this. I feel like he just really, I haven't seen him just do a bad job in any movie, honestly. I think that he has a great sense of comedic timing. He definitely can bring the action when necessary. I just love Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury. And he did not disappoint at all. I can't say that there were any performances that I was just like, oh, this is awful. I feel like everyone did a really great job. The storyline, it was an origin story. Maybe my only issue with that was, and again, this is a spoiler-free review, but there was a certain scene, a certain point in the movie where a lot of her actual backstory was given to us in flashbacks versus actual scenes. So maybe that was something that I wasn't a fan of, because I would have liked to see us delve more into that information and that side of Carol Danvers. But it wasn't done in a way that I, didn't understand what she had went through leading up to her becoming a Kree, So I wasn't mad at that either. I saw some complaints about the music choices. And my personal opinion is that if a movie is set in the 90s and they're using 90s music to kind of set the tone, I don't have a problem with that. I think maybe it was the music choices that people may have had a problem with, because Guardians of the Galaxy definitely is heavy laden with music from different genres, from a specific time period. No one really gripes about it. I actually hear people rave about it. Thor Ragnarok definitely incorporated certain rock songs and songs from different genres that people raved about. So I'm not quite sure why it was such an issue for Captain Marvel. moviegoers. My only issue, if I were to have one, I guess, would just be the music that they selected. They were just songs that I didn't necessarily like when they were popular. So, and that's just a personal choice, but I didn't feel like that took away from the movie at all. So I definitely will say, if you have not seen Captain Marvel, check it out. I feel like it was really good. I'm excited. I think Brie Larson did a really good job as Captain Marvel. There was a moment when, you know, all these heroes have that moment where you think they're going to be defeated, or, you know, they've kind of lost all hope, and then they come and they rise up and they're stronger than ever. Well, when Captain Marvel had that moment, again, I saw reviews where people were just like, it was lackluster, and I had the opposite reaction. I was like, I got a little tight in the chest, and I didn't get teary-eyed, maybe just a little, but I was excited. Like, I got pumped up, and I was like, yes, girl, get them. Yes, finally. And it just made me excited. So I'm excited to see Brie Larson continue this role as Captain Marvel. I'm even more excited for Avengers Endgame now that I've gotten to see her in action. Go see it. It's worth the watch for sure. I would say that this movie is definitely Sista Gurl approved. Yes. There are end credit scenes, so do not leave. There are two. So there's, of course, the first initial credit post scene, which is a must. You need to stay your butt in your seat. I know you're trying to leave, but just stay, okay? And watch that post credit scene. The very last one after all the credits roll, you can still stay for it. It's not necessary. Like, once I saw it, I was like, oh, hell, I could have left after this. So it's nothing that's, you know, integral to any future movies. It's just a cute little scene. So if you want to stay after and watch both end credit scenes, then by all means do that. But definitely stay and watch the first one, okay? Let me know in the comments below if you have already seen Captain Marvel and if you liked it. Do not come for my neck if you are a Marvel fanatic and you are just, you can't believe that I don't know all this about Captain Marvel and I went to go see it, blah, blah, whatever, okay? Let me know if you like this movie. That's all that counts. Did you like this movie? If you have not gone to see it, do you plan to go see it? And that is all I have for you guys. So thank you so much for checking out my video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share the video, and I'm gonna see you next time for something else. Thank you for your support, and I'm gonna see you next time. Holla.